Here's something I think is pretty interesting about LLCs that I think a lot of people miss. And so, an LLC is a state law entity. How it's taxed is a separate question entirely. And those two things get lumped together, but legally they're different decisions. So, by default, a single member LLC is taxed like a sole proprietorship, and a multi member LLC is taxed like a partnership. And that happens automatically unless you do something to change it. And so that is going to be passed through taxation, and it's going to pass through to you personally. And what surprises people is that you can keep the LLC exactly the same under state law and elect to be taxed as an S corporation or even a C corporation at the federal level. And it really only makes sense to go S corp, but the choice matters more than most people realize. It affects how you pay yourself, whether self-employment taxes apply to all your income, how your profits are distributed, and what kind of compliance the IRS expects from you. And I see people make mistakes on both sides all the time. Some hear that S corp saves taxes, and if you make that election without understanding the reasonable salary rules or any type of payroll requirements, it affects you negatively. And so others never even make an election at all, even when their income level clearly makes that default treatment inefficient. And so none of this changes your LLC's liability protection. Everyone knows that. That's what it's there for. And that entity is still the entity. But from a tax and compliance standpoint, it changes how the whole business actually operates. And it's one of those decisions that quietly compounds over time if you get it wrong, and it can blow up if it keeps compounding. And so most problems here don't come from bad intent. They come from people assuming the default setting is always the right one, and sometimes it's just not.